Hi and welcome to the Science Fantasy Experience, and my action figures are about to get an upgrade. The other day when I was out, I wasn't actually toy hunting, I was just going to the shops, but I grabbed this. So I can tell you right now, I am not a fan of the Punisher. I never have been, and I don't plan on being a fan of the Punisher. It's far too violent for me. You know, Teddy Ruxpin's more like my speed. For me, this is an incredible weapons and accessories pack with a bonus added action figure for customization. The figure looks great for sure, and if you are a hardcore Punisher Frank Castle fan, it's a great addition. The sculpt is awesome, he's super tonk, but I think you could do loads of stuff with it. My plan for the figure is to kind of add gear to it and make it kind of, you know, perhaps a Black Ops type of thing. Possibly take off the skull with some paint remover, or even trying to find one of the vests from Valavet's gear packs or any other bits and pieces that have, and then hide the beaten up Frank Castle face. But as I said, it is literally all about what you get in the box. I've already figured out where a load of these are going to go. You get a baseball bat, a machete, some hilarious horned helmet. That's obviously something in the Punisher comic that I just don't know about. Looks kind of goofy to me, but not for me, that one. But you get a shotgun, a semi-automatic, and an Uzi, and then obviously you get a bike. So straight out, the shotgun is going to classified Flint, the Uzi to Snake Eyes. Not entirely sure about the semi-automatic. Could easily fit in any G.I. Joe classified or Valaverse Action Force. Possibly Cobra Trooper, give him dual wield pistol and one-handed semi-automatic. Anyone really. Beachhead, do you know what? It would work well with a Beachhead, I reckon. If you're not keen on the green weapons that come with Beachhead, I would add that weapon to him. Hopefully if I get a Beachhead, that's probably what I would do. Not entirely sure on the baseball bat or the machete. Possibly Zartan, or if when there is a future Dreadnought release, it's kind of a weapon that they would use. But the bike, I think that was the main draw of picking up this. The bike is for Zartan. I think this is the perfect bike for Zartan to ride, with the black kind of mirroring his armor plating on his outfit, and just the type of bike. That's what I feel a Dreadnought in an updated kind of classified 6-inch scale would go for. That's kind of what you can do. And then a bit more about the Punisher. Stylized license plate, some hilarious horned helmet. So yeah, this is how I'm going to update some of my G.I. Joe classified figures. before we have a look at the G.I. Joe classified figures, I thought I'd show off Frank Castle, the Punisher, because I'm actually pretty impressed with it. The detail on the legs is fantastic, and the body shape is great. But the standout is the face sculpt. He's got like black eyes, bruises, cuts that have been plastered up. It's really, really well done, and actually quite a nice surprise. The baseball bat, on the other hand, is poor. It's smooth, it's got like no definition. I'm really doubtful that I'm gonna use it for anything, but I'm really not bothered. There's so many other better weapons in the pack, but I just thought I'd show off the Punisher just so you can get a feel for it. First up then, we have got Flint. So I was just desperate to give Flint his signature weapon of choice, which is a shotgun. I know he comes with a weapon that's kind of like a shotgun. It's this somewhat mixture of two different types of weapons smashed together. So it's a pump action, but it's also got the opening stock. It's just, I'm not sure on that, but I prefer that holstered. On the back, and given him his shotgun. I'm not too sure if he'd actually use a sawn-off shotgun, but again, it just, in some ways it's a free weapon, so I'm going to use it just for a bit until the Balaverse weapons pack has a shotgun in it that I can use that perhaps has a longer barrel. But for now, yeah, that's a definite upgrade, and I feel that works really well for Flint. Snake Eyes gets the Uzi, obviously. Again, his signature weapon, it's the sword and the Uzi 9mm. That's how I see Snake Eyes for sure. In all his kind of imagery, in his comic book appearances, it suits him down to a T. I think you're either a Snake Eyes version 1 or a Snake Eyes version 2. I'm always going to be Ninja Snake Eyes, but the addition of his actual preferred weapon of choice is fantastic. I kind of want to try it with the other weapon, the semi-automatic that came in there, just to see how it looks, but for now, again, just like Flint, this is just the perfect addition. It did take some manipulation of his hands to get in, because the barrel was a lot bigger than, no, not the barrel, the grip was a lot bigger than what I expected. I guess Marvel Legends to G.I. Joe Classified, even though it's Hasbro, kind of, there is differences with hands, that's for sure. But yeah, just a little bit of warm water and the plastic kind of moulded around the gun. Don't get me wrong, I like the weapons that came with Snake Eyes for that kind of futuristic sci-fi toy aesthetic that you get with G.I. Joe, but Uzi all the way. And obviously the main event is the bike, the hog, the chopper, and here it is. And I am not disappointed at all. You'd think at first you'd be a bit put off by the complete matte black of it, but there's actually so much detail in there. It does steer, although kind of because I've got Zartan holding one hand, that is a bit limited. He sits perfectly on it. There was a concern there because Zartan's knife holster is actually moulded to that belt, and there is no leeway at all, and then it's kind of glued in position. But no, he sits perfectly. There's enough articulation in Zartan's legs and ankle and foot to allow him to kind of stand with one foot down, one foot up. Yeah, this thing is awesome. I was desperate to get a vehicle for someone within the G.I. Joe classified range that I have. I wasn't really taken by the Baroness's coil. Far too wacky for me. I just was not interested. I'm really doubtful that they're going to do vehicles for the Dreadnoks, at least not in the next year or so. I'm hopeful for a Trouble Bubble, but there is not going to be a bike. The license plate is tamped on, but there is a sticker on the dial, which I might peel off because it's got a Punisher skull on it. I want to kind of eradicate some of the Marvel Legends details, but yeah, this is awesome. It's so good. What I did actually have to do to get him to sit nicely is remove his snake head and monkey paw off his belt, but I'll put them onto his backpack because there's extra pegs. Not that you'd even have to have that. He doesn't even have to have the backpack on. Easily go two-handed with both feet on the stirrups, and he stays on there perfectly. What a find. This is just elevated G.I. Joe for me, for sure. I didn't know this thing existed, but then again I kind of really wouldn't, because I am not a Punisher fan. I'm more X-Men, Spidey, Fantastic Four type of characters. If you're a Punisher fan, for sure, it's a recommend from me. If you just want to do what I did and, you know, pimp out your action figures with some different weapons, extra weapons, again, high recommend from me. If you want a figure to customize, if you want a vehicle to customize, this thing has kind of got it. I had loads of fun unpacking it, and I only kind of scratched the surface of what figures could work with it. If you can track one down, get one. I got a pretty good deal on mine because it was, you know, damaged in the shop. I'm not going to keep the box. The box is too big, and I'm going to use the majority of the pieces. So yeah, if you want to get one, I definitely recommend it. I've been Rudy Sasu. And always remember, it's as much about play as it is display. Thanks for watching.